So hi all, welcome to day one, or you can say demo day on this performance testing with JMeter Code to advanced level course. So with BeanShell, JSR 223, Groovy, right, and real time scripting and execution scenarios with IT and standards, right? And uh, we'll be talking more on like API, database, Jenkins. These are some additional things will be there. So that is the heading of course. Now moving ahead, so let us. So how many people I think are aware about performance testing? Okay, just um, uh, I'll give a walkthrough on that, or uh, uh, or uh, shall we go and do a brief discussion on performance testing? So uh, how you want, or you want just like it's a demo session. So like there will be open session, not like till 6 to 7 days. But since initially like link was not working and many thing happened, so the session will be little shorter today, half an hour almost consumed up. So I can show you the course content and other thing, or I can have one session on about introduction on performance testing, right? So what you guys want, so let me know.
Introduction.
Okay,
Introduction.
yeah, fine. So okay, so today I'll do the introduction and tomorrow I'll show you the course contents, right? Like more on that, like many people will be confused what is getting covered or not. So a small demo will conduct. Fine. So let us have so this will be the agenda, like introduction, okay, and why we will be learning how it is important for us. So to start with, see, every application that is being developed or designed, right? So it has a phase, that is software development, correct? And in that also the phases is there. Phase are the steps in which some procedure that needs to be followed so that everything works fine, right? Or everything gets executed fine. So that is called SDLC phases, right? Methodology also. So famous are waterfall or agile. So same way, if application will be there, then we will be having testing also, correct? Because the applications are very huge. A small team like one member or 10 member cannot do that. So like 10 people will be doing the development part only, or let us say a mid-size application, or it's actually more than that, not 10, 20, 25 people will be there if a good project is there, a good application is there. So they focus on development, right? And then testing, once they have developed the product, then testing should also be done. Okay? Now testing only there are the common one, might have heard of the functional testing, which is manual automation, right? So we have software testing, and on same line we have STLC pages or STLC lifecycle. So these are there. Now, basically the things start with types of software testing, correct? Now in that comes this functional testing and non-functional testing. So let us first understand the difference between functional and non-functional. To understand that, let us say that suppose there is car is there, okay, and if a car is being designed and developed, and once it's ready, so there will be two types of testing of that. Everything, whether each component, braking system, each small component of that is working as per its functionality or not. Now, what is the meaning of as per its functionality or not? So, meaning of as per its functionality or not is uh, like any component for what purpose it has been designed. It should be working like that. Okay, for the designated purpose, right? So let us say string wheel. So if we are moving left or right or tilting it right, so it should be working. So that's so testing each component for its functionality. That will be a functional thing. But when we talk about the performance part, like we'll make the 1% sit in that or 5% sit in that and the luggage, and then we'll put it on the road. That is why cars are designed, right? When we check the real thing, like why car is designed or why aeroplane is designed, they are designed to go on road. It's not for only car, any product, why it is designed. So a mobile or anything. So when that is in use, right? When that is in use with the load. Now, what is the load in that? The user sitting, one user sitting, or 5 users sitting, the people and the luggage. Then what is the performance of that, right? Performance terms of many things, speed, then reliability, correct? So that is where the performance comes, right? So this performance, so it will be a kind of non-functional. So performance is everywhere. This word is everywhere. If you see in your day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life, this word is there, right? It's everywhere. Even our academic performance, many things, right? Physical performance, like suppose you do gym and anything, or you do sports, anything, right? So this is there, right? This is associated with our like with everything in this world, right? Called performance. So same way we have applications, right? So any application which gets designed, uh, the testing will be there, and in that performance is a key part. Performance of the application, testing of the application. Now we have this functional testing, correct? So let us say this is one demo example. Example you can say. So
Sorry
this
to
is a page.
disturb. Sorry to disturb. Actually, I were not able to see your screen. Are you sharing your screen?
Yes, people are not
We
seeing
are
it.
not able. Yeah, no, we are not able to see your screen.
Yeah, it was visible. I can able to
Okay,
see.
I am
see.
re-sharing it, not an issue.
Okay, okay.
Fine.
Actually, I can see only your profile now in the main screen.
In screen, my profile. What is the meaning of means profile means what?
Like profile icon. I can't see the presentation if I do it.
Okay? Join back one second. You can log
Okay,
out
okay,
and join.
okay.
Maybe somewhere you have clicked and not getting the ID. These teams I do not like for this meetings. It's good for office meeting, not for this standard meeting. Okay, so we will wait for her. So you are joining? Okay. So Min will see joins back. Uh, yeah. So join.
Yeah, I'm able to
Okay.
see your screen now. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. So you see this page. Okay. This is so this is a demo screenshot from okay, some they're automatically getting admitted. Right. So yeah, so this thing that you see, this is a screenshot of the Gmail login page, right? Now let us say this is the older now the page has changed. It works in same way, but there are two pages now. This was the earlier how it was looking. So do not worry about that. So let us say suppose this is page and if we have to test that one small thing. So suppose functionality wise we will be testing each thing here, like suppose this message what needs to be designed, it's coming or not, or let us say email part. Okay, so if the user is entering the email and if he is entering it wrongly, a message is coming or not, whether it's accepting, like in email, let us say this at the rate is very important, right, which is added in the end. So if anything is entered without at the rate, how it works, how it behaves, how it whether it's throwing in error message or not, or whether it is accepting or not, or whether it's going with that or not, or if password is not enter and then we are clicking on sign in, what is the message it's we will be giving, right? Simply clicking how the message will be coming. Then uh, right, so each thing sign in button is working or not perfectly. This tab is working fine or not, right, like that. So each thing when we do sign in, okay, then yeah, anyone needs just a second. So that is one example I'm saying. All Anyone who is on hold? Who is this? Make an attendee. Then is on hold. Fine. Okay. So yes. Right. So when we test each thing, so that is what testing of that part as functional thing. Okay, functionality wise, right? Like that is functional means any component is there and for what purpose it has been designed, right? So each thing whether it's working fine or not for that designated function, right? For which it has been assigned for. Like let us say if you are entering the email and not password and clicking on sign on, there should be a message come, right? Those are called toaster messages. Or if at the rate anyone is not entering, there should be error message, should not be accepting like so like this, right? So this is thing is there. And this functional thing, this functional testing is done using two ways, either manual or automation. Okay, that two ways is done. So first testing is two parts, functional and non-functional. Okay, now functional doing the way, right? Two ways of doing the functional testing is there are two ways. That is manual and automation. In that automation also, there are different tools through which we can do that. So I'll come that on again. Now the same thing when we talk about performance, so which is a part of non-functional testing. Why? Because why it's called non-functional? Because it has nothing to do with that functionality. Okay, of each thing. Here we just test for the performance, like how the car and other things. So we from the real user perspective, we will be just putting the username and the password, right, and just hit the sign in button. Now we will be checking how fast it's getting logged in, right? How fast it's getting logged. Okay, how fast it's like logged in. First thing. Second thing, with how many users it is supporting. So let us say 10 users doing the same login, 1,000 users doing the same login at same time, then 10,000 users doing the same login. What is the response time? How the application is behaving with it, right? These applications are why I'm taking example. Like suppose Gmail is very wide application, right, in this world. Then Amazon or you can say, right. So the user base is very high. So I think at a minimum per hour, 10 lakh people will be there always on this application, right? Now let us say, so, assume like that, like 10 lakh people are doing the login per hour basis. So how, right? You see that login only, the sign in button, clicking on that. So that is what load, right? Load, correct? Load, and how fast it's behaving. So that is the response time, correct? So we check that. You have to check that. That is what the performance is. So it has nothing to do with the functionality of each component. Login is there, fine, but how fast it is taken and with how many users it supports. So same way with any other applications. Suppose a food booking application or anything you take, right? Whatever the activity that you do, how responsive and how fast it is there with how many users supporting that, right? Each thing on a menu item, let us say you take Zomato, Swiggy, your booking item, and then you will be checking each thing, each functionality, the add button, suppose add to cart, plus, minus, and all those things, whether it is working fine or not, whether like now when a Teams meeting link was working, like that something will be there also, right? So that is the part of function. But how fast I'm connecting, right? Or how fast the user can switch from menu to menu and play with the items and add them and do a checkout. So that is part of the performance. So now if you see, so that is where we have this functional and non-functional. Now in functional, we the ways to do that are manual and automation. In non-functional, we have performance and security, and totally two are different things. So we will be talking about them. So you see here, this is functional, and to wait, there are different. These are types of doing the different uh, uh, pages of functional testing, and the way these are the types. Okay, and the ways through which we can achieve is manual and automation. Okay. Now again, we will be talking about this manual and automation also. And here you see performance. So we have the major one as type are performance and security. And again, these are the different types of performance. Security is totally different domain. Okay, so we will also talk about this. Right. So this is done. Now coming here. So see, when we do this functional stuff, functionally testing the functionality. Right? So there are two ways, manual and automation. So you might have heard of this manual tester or automation tester, right? So automation thing came when, like, suppose there are many kind of tasks will be there while testing an application which can be repeated, right? Repeated. So people come with the idea of using a tool so that they can make the use of tool one time and then uh, next time that tool will do that thing and no need to get it repeated again and again manually, right? And that is what the term automation came. Automation means, hope you know, right? Like anything which we get it done through any tool is called automation. So it's a general word, right? Word that is used everywhere. So same way, any testing thing that gets done through automation where the tool is used is called functional testing, right? So both things are there actually. These are we should not always differentiate between a functional tester or automation. No, it's a job, okay, and we have to test it, and that is the criteria. Manually also testing thing, through automation also doing the thing, right? And almost there, we can say a job of a particular functional tester people. Okay. Then on same line, like some automation tools that are available which can get the thing done are like Selenium, APM, Cypress, Protector, Tosca, EFT. Right, these are there. So Selenium you might have heard of, like Selenium with Java, Selenium with Python. Now on same like non-functional testing is there. Okay. So performance testing and security testing. Right? So as you said, these are two parts, two different types of functional testing, and we will be focusing on performance testing. Correct. Now, in this, different tools that are available in market are like load runner, storm runner. Like I have written here, Silk Performer, New Load, IBM RPT, WAPT, OATS, VSTS, Gatling, Liquest, K6, and JMeter. Right? So you see, JMeter I have kept in last, that is in bold. So JMeter again, like how these tools are there to do the functional testing in automation way. So we have JMeter. Now performance testing cannot be done manually. Why it cannot be done manually and all? We will see that, right? But these are the tools. Now see in this long list of tool we have JMeter, and this is what we are going to learn, how to get the performance testing done using JMeter, right? And so JMeter. So before JMeter, you have this load runner. You see, so load runner is the, like, it's a very highly featured tool in the market, or you can say a very highly featured commercial tool in the market. It's very costly, and it is from open text. Okay, current many company where there first it Microsoft was there who developed, and then it went to HP. Now it's open text. I think HP actually developed, and then Micro Focus. Now open, they're like company buying, right? So this how. Now, then you'll ask me, so many tools are there, then why we will be learning JMeter? See, there is something called commercial and open source. Okay, so commercial and open source. So let us say even this PPT through which we are, I'm displaying the content, right, or the Windows 11. So let us say whenever you purchase laptop, Windows 11 come with that, but actually license is already there in that cost. Same way if you buy anything, even this my MS Office, right? So we have to buy it, at least, right? So that is, these softwares are called, these applications are called uh, what commercial tools, because you have to pay, right? You need a license, you have to pay, need the license, and then you use it, right? Now there are some tools which are open source. So there are like how we have PPTs, PPT thing. This Microsoft is also offering. But again, we have open source many tools like that, which offer the things like this PPT from different organization, and they are open source. But only thing, then there will be some lag or something like, or the feature wise it will be like little less, like compared to the PPT thing given by this Microsoft. Correct. So you got the idea. So those are open source. This is commercial. So meaning of open source is there is a wide definition of open source, but for now in layman's language you can understand that open source means free to use. Okay, in layman's language I'm saying. And commercial tool are where you pay and then use it. Now this load runner, as I said, it's a highly featured tool in the world of performance testing. It was coming from long back. Okay, but only point was that it is very costly. It's a commercial tool, and that is very costly, very costly. So to avoid the cost cutting in the projects and other things, so you'll be knowing that, right? That due to cost cutting and other thing, people organizations are firing also, and they remove many projects, many things, right? So that's why the organizations are like mid-level and some good organization also, they're deciding to move away from paid versions or the commercial tool to this this open source tools. Okay, right. And okay, now and that is since it's very costly also, so we are avoiding that. Now coming to the point, like so this is very costly. Then others are also there, if you see. Um, like we have a Stormrunner, which is the extended version of Load on the cloud. We have Silk Performer, Loon Load, okay, IBM RPT, WPT, VSTS. Till here that you see. After Load, the next famous is New Load, and these are like becoming outdated. Okay, they are also paid. Paid means commercial. So you might not be hearing these tools very often. You may be hearing another tool called New Load, but again that is also paid, right? So to avoid that cost cutting, the financial efforts here, right? And um, moving towards the open source feature, we have these tools here, okay, which are kind of open source. But again, in this also, if you see, JMeter is a pure open source tool. Understand? JMeter is a pure open source tool, okay? And there is no other open source tool in the market to challenge. Only you cannot compare LoadRunner and JMeter. So that comparison we cannot do. Another is a very highly advanced tool, but it's highly costly. And another one is open source tool. And that also it can do most of the work that load runner can do. Direct comparison we can. Okay. We can compare open source with open source tool only, and commercial tools with commercial tool, right? So till here, whatever you see on this side are all commercial. Okay, in that also these are getting outdated. This is very costly. This falls somewhat middle in that, like less costly than load runner, but again commercial only, right? Now moving toward this, these are here which are open source. Now again in this also, JMeter is purely open source. Yeah, means yeah, I'll tell you how it's purely open source. And also in open source tool, there is no other open source tool that can challenge the JMeter with feature wise. Okay, with feature wise. And that is where JMeter stands out. Okay, so now what is the problem with this, right? So let us say like learning Gatling, Locust or K6, it's not very easy because for let us say you want to use Gatling, you have to know a Scala coding language, the Scala language. Okay, Scala is extended version of Java, right? Then we have Locust. So Locust, for using Locust you should know Python language, to the programming language. And for using K6, you should know JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript thing. So coding is right. Coding is first thing. Second thing, some of the feature of this tool and this tool are like paid. If you visit the website of K6, maybe in future, when you get a good idea after having this course, you can have a visit K6 or Gatling, and you see some of the feature, if you want to use them, it's paid. You have to pay. So how it becomes a pure open source, right? It never becomes that. Request is somewhat, it doesn't ask for any payment, but again, right, as I said, Python language you should be needing, and feature wise also it's less, it's having less feature compared to JMeter. So you see, our JMeter stands out. Now coming to the JMeter, do not need to have any coding, okay, to use that. We have to understand the concept of request and response and many related things, right? But we do not have to do the coding. Okay, first thing, right? So that is where it stands out, right? Second thing, uh, coding is required, but in very rare cases. Okay. Second thing, there is nothing or no such feature is there for which you have to pay. Means all features are free, or you can say all features are open source. So that is where the JMeter stands out, right? And hence we'll be learning, because the industries are moving toward adopting JMeter, and it's all in very demand, very demand, and that's why people are also here. Some from somewhere you have got the idea to learn the JMeter. Same case happened with the automation. Long back, in 20 years back, HP UFT was a tool which was there in the market by HP, right? HP company, to do automation testing, and it was very widely used, right? Then, but what happened slowly, and it was a commercial tool. Remember, again, means paid tool. Now slowly, Selenium started coming in the picture, okay, and Selenium has advanced so much, right? So Selenium has advanced so much, you can say, that Selenium has taken the market, right? It has taken the market, okay, and now Selenium is everywhere, and HPAOT has gone, right? HPAOT. So this is where this migration is happening. Load runner, the people are shifting, even the many companies are shifting, many organizations are shifting, okay, because of this cost cutting and this same effort, and then they are moving. So like in automation, Selenium become revolution. So JMeter is going to be one of the major revolution uh, in near future, right? Now we have this, right? So that's what. Now security testing. Security testing is totally different domain, okay, and it's about, security word is there, so it's working on um, how my website is hackable or not, making it more secure, and then many things are there, right? So it's totally different department. It has nothing to do with the normal testing thing. In normal testing, what comes, three things come: manual and automation, which is functional, and non-functional the performance. Okay, security team department are totally different. So just for the knowledge purpose, I have kept it, and some tools that are used in security testing are these tools, right? So you can just read out. Now, yeah. Now, next thing, these are some terminologies. We will be calling them again in near sessions, right? So do not worry about them, like defect, bug, this, that. Next, why performance testing is needed, right? So performance testing is needed uh, to save the loss of revenue, loss of customer, loss of productivity, damage your brand, right? So let us assume that suppose there are 2-3 platforms are there where movie booking ticket thing is like it's that feature is there, right? Which are providing that feature. But anyway, you are on one website and it's very slow, so you will go to the next website, right? You will not be there. So same thing. Today's world is world of competition, and you see in food delivery app only, right? You can see earlier Zomato used to was there, and then one more was there. I think Food Panda was there very long back. Then nowadays, how many are there? So many are there. Okay, so if any platform will not go good, or if it performs, if doesn't performs better in terms of the user behavior, right? We say the user responsiveness. So we can move to different platforms, right? That is the today. And because of this, the performance needs to be always tested, right? Always tested, and it's there. It's always there. Long back, people were not focusing on that, but from this 10 years or 15 years, the search for doing the performance testing of an application has increased. Okay, because of this competition thing. Earlier, if you see, in many sector, still monopoly is there, right? Till now, the IRCTC website, if you have seen till 2 years back, it was like how bad it was looking, right? No one was focusing on that because it was a monopoly platform. It's still a monopoly. But now, actually, the government have done something, and then it's revamped. Now, if you see, the website is little cool, looks cool in design wise, and uh, it performs more faster. If you have seen the earlier version of the IRCTC, right? Because competition is not there. But in those sector where competition is there, any sector you take, right? The e-commerce, the food booking, banking app, so many banks are. If none will give, like, if they will not give good service, uh, customer will go to another. Anyone will go. Okay, but if monopoly will be there, then we have to be there, right? So earlier, like 20 years back, those kind of applications were not there, right? Not so many e-commerce website, not so many food delivery thing were there. So people were not focusing on that. But now, every now and then, someone is starting this and that. Okay. Yes, every now and then someone is starting this business, that business, right? So they have to be more, and everything is interacted through two things only. Either it will be a mobile app or a web app, right? So we have to be, the user will be interacting, right? So if it is more user responsive in terms of the user load, behavior, and other thing, then only any user, the buyer, right? The consumer, you can say, will be there, correct? So this is the reason. Now, what are the bottlenecks, uh, or how we can identify that application performance is poor? So these are the things. It is very slow to respond. That you will observe it stuck while browsing. You'll observe internal server error, bad gateway, gateway timeout, server is down, this kind of thing, server not found, service temporarily unavailable. This thing, when these are the symptoms or points which show that application performance is very poor. Now, one more thing on this, like some taking the real time example. So if you see here, one example, I have listed few, but let us say one example, right? Amazon is a e-commerce website which is there from very many years, right? 25 years. So it was live, it was in production. Now, what is the meaning of live or production? Okay, so understand, meaning of live and production is in use. Any application which is already designed and in use are called live production application, or in live, right? So all these applications that we see, Amazon, Flipkart, they are already designed and being used, right? So they are live. So what happened when it is in when it was live? Right. So in 2013, for 30 minutes, the server cracked. Means it was not working. So because of that, revenue loss was happening. So, and now, what is the meaning of this revenue loss? The meaning of revenue loss is that loss was happening at this much per second. See, per second they were losing. So if you want to understand this in very simple language, to understand that, suppose Swiggy is there or Zomato is there, and people are ordering food. So let us say per hour, uh, Zomato is making 1 lakh profit. I'm saying, not the other thing. Only profit. It's making 1 lakh per hour. Okay. This is just an example. It's not a real figure. Just an example purpose. Whole India, right, in the metro city, people are ordering through Zomato, and per hour, let us say, it's earning 1 lakh for an example. So in a day, whatever. Now, suppose for 6 hours it is down, that whole application is down, then it lost, right? That 6 hours. So like that. These things are calculated. Bigger businesses lose more because their business and revenue are more, transaction are more. Same way, the Flipkart, our first e-commerce, full-fledged e-commerce platform, we had a Flipkart, right? Now many are there, but Flipkart was the first one, right? Which was like our India. Right? So, and big billion day sale, or you can say this Black Friday sale. Flipkart was the first one to introduce that, and it introduced it in October 2014. Right now, first time when it introduced, it was not accepting that. Suppose it was ready that 5 lakh user will come, but more than that came, and then its application has started crashing, and their first experience of Big Billion Day sale went not good, right, with technical glitch and other things. Because that is where we have to be ready before. Suppose you are designing an application and you have put it in the market, right? Now people are using it, but before that, if you suppose 1,000 people are using it, and then slowly 2,000 people have started using it, right? Then slowly 5,000, 10,000. If you are not testing it, uh, then those real people using it, and if any slowness they will observe, they will stop using, right? It's not good application, right? So before the real consumer using it, we should get it tested, right? That is where these tools comes in picture, because we cannot bring, if you want, you have application and you cannot bring the real user, right? That we have to understand. You cannot bring real user so many. Suppose 500, 1,000 you can get from somewhere, but suppose you have to test it for uh, 5,000 users, 10,000, 20,000, 1 lakh users. So from where you will bring, right? You cannot have them and ask them, okay, all of you sit at same time and start doing something on my application, and then I'll observe the uh, response time and other behavior. It's not feasible, right? It's not feasible. So that's why we need the tool to get it done before the consumer. You know that what is the consumer? Consumer means who really uses them, that application, and do the transactions, right? So before the consumers uses it and he doesn't face any issue, so we have to be ready. So since we cannot have this many real kind of thing, and this, you hope you understand it, right? So tools comes in picture, right? So we'll understand again. We'll come back here. So that is where we have this performance testing. So performance testing is like basically putting user load on an application and testing its behavior, generally in terms of response time, number of users supported. That is what user load, correct? And then finding bottlenecks and some other factors. Now, yeah. So that's what putting user load on an application and testing its behavior, generally in terms of response time, number of users supported, and then finding bottlenecks means what the problem, okay, defect. So this word, the problem or issue, they have a different word in different testing domain. So let us say if any problem or any issue is found, right? So in functional testing, it is called defect or bug. In performance testing, that same thing is called bottlenecks. In security testing, that is called vulnerabilities. Okay. So we put the load, right, and then check the behavior of the application. That is what user load, and find the bottlenecks and other related factors. So performance testing is to do the speed, response time, stability, reliability, scalability, and other things. Now, what are the, so these are the main objectives. So generally four are there if you see. So check the speed means or the responsiveness, right? Stability means for a prolonged period, because the applications are designed to work for 24/7 and 365 days, right? Now, so that is where the stability comes, right? That if we are using it for prolonged period, the performance should not degrade, right? It should keep on at the same pace, serving the customer, correct? And scalability is like when the user load increase. Suppose you are on your application, 5,000 users are there, then slowly it become more famous, and then 10,000 came. So it should scale itself, right, to handle the extra load coming, correct? Or we should make an infrastructure like that. But we cannot expect the real user coming and then telling us that, hey, you have a problem. No, we have to be ready before those 10,000 users can come. Okay, right? So how we will be ready before that? Because we can, that is where we can get it tested before the real consumer is coming on my application. Okay. Then reliability. is where like when it is used for prolonged period, right? So and heavy user traffic, right? So it should be reliable. It should not serve the uh, wrong response uh, or it should not go out of the service, right? So what is the meaning of reliable? Reliable means just the example of car. So when we are driving it, right, driving, so a good car should not break down very easily, right? If in the some certain set of condition we drive, and that is where we talk about performance, right? The same goes here. Now, why we need a tool? So that's where we need a tool. So that since we cannot have the real user do the thing, right? It's not possible. In an organization, how many people are there? If you think 1,000, 2,000, not more than. If you indulge all of them also, if you design an application and you want them, hey, sit and do something on my application, and we'll check the performance. Is it feasible to get it done? No, no one will do it, right? And then if you increase that number, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, from where you would bring like that, right? So not feasible. Right? So that is where tools comes in picture. The tool also does the same thing what real user does. They simulates a real user behavior, like browsing the web page, login, submit an order, right? So this is the example I have seen. So like that, on any application, what a real user will be doing, the same thing we will make the tool to do that. After that, the tool will generate a desired user load on the server, right? Tool sends a request in the same manner as real user sends and then receive the response from the server. In addition, it calculates the time taken to get that response from server, the response time and other performance metrics, right? So instead of real user doing that, we make the tool do that, and tool also generates the user load, like how much you want, it can be generated. There is no limitation using, and that is using single tool. Right? There is no real user involved and other things, right? Now, so that is what we will be learning how these things are done. So that's what performance testing tools are actually load generating tools simulating the real user behavior on the next. And this real users. So we have real user and this these users which a tool generates. They are called virtual user. We use and those tools are called load generating machines, LG machine. Okay. Okay. So what the performance testing tool can do, real user behavior simulation in form of a scripting, user load generation in form of virtual user, getting the performance statistics and result. In there are phases. So in important phases of the performance testing are like this. We get it done. Again, we'll be talking about this in detail. Then, so now coming to JMeter, why these two, right? So, for JMeter is, as I said, it's currently the pure open source tool, like performance testing tool currently. It's a very free to use, no license is needed. Any feature you use that, nothing, no license. It's very easy and very light to use. So only 145 MB of file. Then another thing, it's just download and use too. There is no license needed. And installation, right? You see, most of the software we do, it follows a process of installation. Here it's not required. So I'll show you when we'll download and start using that.
Huh? What?
Then
What will you do? Wait for some.
then yeah. Now, as I said, only in 20% of cases, the coding will be required. And this can be integrated with many other tools. like Jenkins, Maven, InfluxDB, AppDynamics, and other things. So integration are there. And market trend for JMeter tool is increasing, and so job is also getting increased, right? It is moving towards full stack QA. So let us say, suppose a functional person is there and you want to switch the job, you should know the performance part, right? So that's why developer also can use this to test their codes locally. Okay, this JMeter has capability of getting all these things tested in different manners. Now, this is one small diagram where you can see that uh, the percentage. This is taken from LinkedIn. How much percent of user are using JMeter, how much are on Loader, and how much are on other tool. Right? This is where you can see like how much percentage uh, of job is there in which country. Right? Which organization has how much shares of performance testing jobs. These are very famous, which are more projects, which are more person engaged. Many other are there. These are just for an example. Almost nowadays, mostly every company will be having one or two people member, at least minimum to me, on every project for this. So this finished the introduction, right? So I'll be taking this course. My name is Vallabh Kumar. I have almost 8+ years of experience, right? And I am associated with this Isha Training Solution as a trainer. I train almost 3,000 people till I write articles on metrics also. So I'll show you that also. Maybe tomorrow I'll be showing more thing on this, what application will be taking, and little bit on that. Now, what will be the benefits of this course? So all real-time examples will be covered, right? Uh, Certification will be given. Then all training session will be carried online. Each day recorded videos will be given with lifetime access. We'll be covering the three scenarios. Okay. After going through um, this course thoroughly, if you cover, you can easily crack any interview till 2 to 3 years of experience or 3.5 years. Okay. And if you add a few more tools also, like some concepts are there, which I'll tell you, then you can easily crack up to 4 years of experience. The That is my guarantee. No question can be asked on JMeter and performance testing apart from this, which is there. Then, so see, do not go thinking that I'm just teaching theory. No, it's not that. If you just keep on attending few more sessions, right? Because we are going to conduct 6 to 7 sessions like open. You will see, and you will get the knowledge. PPT notes, documents, all these things will be provided. Suppose you somehow drop in the middle, you can join my any feature. Okay, but right, or maybe again if you want to join, you can always join. But remember this one rule that only from the same trainer, the institute has facility. It's not like that you have joined from one trainer and then you are switching the trainer in same price. That will not happen. So do not do that. Many people are doing that. It's not allowed. For only same trainer, if you have enrolled, and then might be right something happen and people because of some problem they discontinue. Something happens. Right? Again in future the same trainers batch is coming. You are always free to enroll it, but not it's like another trainer. Now, who can enroll, right? So anyone who wants to learn performance testing from basic to advanced level, anyone who has basic knowledge of JMeter and want to have in-depth knowledge on JMeter, anyone who wants to make performance testing as career, all people can join. Right? Now, coming to course content and other things. Um, yeah. So this is a course content. Okay. So it's late already today. So I'll read it out tomorrow, and then or you have this, right? You might have got this link also. It's there on website where you can see all the things Okay, so a course content demo I'll give you tomorrow also with so you can see this whole list here with what will be covered in each day, right? That is given. Okay. So a brief demo of each topics I'll be giving tomorrow, where we'll be talking about side by side. I'll give you the thing. Then so you can see it's a total in-depth 45-day session only, 40 to 45 days. Okay, I have given here. And then some topics will be there, which I have clearly mentioned. Those topics, videos will be provided to you because they are a small topics in the last. The main topic I'll be covering in live. Some few like 1, 3, 4 topics are there, which will be downside. Then here you can see we'll be learning coding as well, right? Where, as I said, right, in 20% of cases where coding is used, the functions and the coding. So there are some use cases which I have made, which always helps in the real-time projects, right? Um, uh, I'll be showing that. So like that. So see, if I just read them, no, you will not be understanding, right? Because many people will be new. So slowly, when we start using them, we will be able to understand. But again, tomorrow I'll just give one more demo on this with showing the different thing, right? Opening JMeter and other things like what are the each topics on this in my PPT. The main PPT I have almost the 250 pages are there in that, using which I teach. So I'll show you the course content according to that. Right? So that's what. Okay. Then I know many people have joined. I think from my previous batch, from my one morning batch also. Here people are there. Okay. So that is for today. Okay. So tomorrow again, I will go through and give a walkthrough on course content more in details. Then we'll start from day 2, right? So everything is divided in steps, you can see, and why it's given so that you can match also this course content with you. You will not see anywhere this kind of course content in such detailed manner, topic by topic wise. I have it. And it's there on Isha website also, right? So you can match with any course content who is offering the same course with mine one. Plus this is with you, so you have why it's good. Like suppose you forget any topic or you want to have idea, you can directly jump to that video also and you can watch maybe in future, right? And what topic are covered, suppose you miss anything, you can directly search it here and you can jump there, right? So this much minor, like it's chapter wise, you can see we have a book, right? And in that chapter is the indexing. I prepared like that so that we'll never have any issue in future also. Suppose you forgot one concept, you can come here and do control F and do the search in which video it is covered, right? You can always go and watch that like that. Plus you can always compare this with any other course, right? Maybe. So generally I should not say that, but my core JMeter course on with performance testing, you cannot compete it with anyone in this world. I've seen, you can go and check any trainers in this world, not only India. If such training is there in USA and other thing, you can always compare. Okay, this much detailing with this 45-day session with at least 1 hour, 20 minutes, 50 minutes daily, with all real-time thing, no one will be here. Okay. So fine, that's all upon you. Then we'll be conducting, as I said, 6 to 7 open session. Tomorrow will more on course content session, right? And then you are free to decide, right? And you can join. So that is what we have introduction today. And we have also finished the day 1 also, where we have covered the introduction about performance testing. You can see I've highlighted and all. You see, that is the beauty what I have made. If you see, all these points are covered, right, today. So like that, when we start day 2, all these points will be covered. So like that, point wise one, you can just put a tick mark and you can check. You can memorize also, right? It's like that. Okay, even suppose you want to know that whether I know everything here or not. So one by you can open this file or this file will also be shared, and then you can go through. I know whether server and type or not, whether I know anything. You take one example. Let's say suppose one example. I'll directly go to coding part. Now some coding thing in JMeter I know or not. In watch.get what is there? Do I know or not? If I forgot, I can always go and remove, right? So what are the real-time examples with that? Right? How in project if the requirement is there, how this is going to help me, right? So you can always come back and see. So like that regular expression. So there is one thing in regular expression. A regular expression will be covered in 3 days. You see, 3 days on regular expression will be covered. Okay. So in that also many things are there, right? Each point. So do I need know that each point? If you can answer yourself about each point here, then you can crack an interview. So that is why. If you suppose you have practiced very well, then open this and just put ticking each point. You know this, you know this, you know. If you are confident, you know this, then you can crack an interview. Okay. Or in any project, you can do anything. Suppose you are already working or switching a project inside a company also, you can do the job. Okay. Without any fear. Fine. So that's for today. Okay. Tomorrow it will not be a day 2 because we started late today, so I couldn't open many things. So again today will be little bit detailing on course content, which I generally doesn't do, but for first time I'll be doing that. Generally I directly start, but I have observed that many people they are not aware what I will be covering. They think like I am just bluffing. So that's why I am thinking of giving one session on just showing whole course content in 1 hour session, right? Like what are they, where they are used, then only people can trust. So that will be tomorrow, then we'll start day 2 from next day, right? Like that this will go on. So that's what. So any question you people have, the timing will be like this 9 p.m. to till 10 uh, 10:15 like that. It will be 4 to 5 days a week. So do not complain like someday in a week I can escape also. So minimum will be 4, maximum all 5 days can also happen, right? So be prepared for that also. So you should not be complaining again after enrolling that this week we had only 4 sessions. I have already written 4 to 5 on weekdays, only weekdays, working days. So that's what you see, 40 to 45 working days, right? Almost 2.5 months session on days. Yeah, at least 2 months. You have to invest your time. 2 months. So any queries you have? Okay, I see so many people already left. I think because of the delay. It's already left.